now 6:30. I'd like to call this City of Menneson Council meeting to order. Could I have a roll call, please?
Councilperson Cosby.
Here.
Councilman Nestor.
Here. Present.
Councilman Bass.
Here.
Councilman Orchakowski.
Here.
Mayor Moser.
Present.
Mayor, I note 5 present and a quorum.
Okay. I don't see Pastor Mike here. Our Heavenly Father, bless this city, bless the people that are here today to express their opinion, bless the council for making sound judgment to allow us to work together to better this city. All these things I pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, that's a good question. That's something you would have to ask Lloyd. Why are they doing this now? 6 months later.
There's quite a few minutes that have been circulated to council that go back several months that we need to approve. Has everybody had a chance to look at those minutes, and somebody make a motion to approve them?
Mayor, motion to approve the minutes of the previous City of Menneson council sessions is provided by Mayor Moser.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner.
Yes.
Councilman Nestor.
Aye.
Councilman Bass.
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski.
Yes.
Mayor Moser.
Yes. This time I'd like to invite public for public comment on agenda items only. Just remember, you're going to ride home.
Ernie Telegraphist, 29 Rex in Menneson. Please explain to me, you guys changed traveler's insurance and it's a 4% increase? How much money is that, 4%?
First off, there would be an adjustment made to that motion. It's a reduction by 10%, not an increase by 4%.
Well, it's just
And it is still by Travelers, and they'll be making a presentation to us here shortly.
Okay, good. And then Tony couldn't tell me on page 3, for $7,000 to a general fund.
Where do you see this?
On page 3, B.
Grant account?
Yeah, grant account. Now, how's that different than the $3 million that the mayor got going for Peroni?
Well, the grant account is a police account, I do believe.
The police account?
They have their own grant, PCA.
Okay, I just wanted things clear. And, the Mon Valley, who's in charge of that? Karen. The Mon Valley Trainers Club, why? We're gonna have a bike repair station at the boat launch. Because most people don't go down that way. So it should be somewhere more centralized. That's like at the far end of the, town. Who's gonna go down there?
It's a bicycle path.
So what, but.
There's one at Evans Graphics too.
I know there's a lot up at, City Park. How comes it ain't up there? It should be up there, I think.
It's part of a much bigger program.
I don't know who goes down there.
They picked the location.
Can you record how many bicycles go down the boat launch? I don't see too many. That's it, just simple questions. That doesn't make sense. That's about it.
Just to get it right. Anybody else? Anybody have any correspondence they'd like to report?
No, Mayor.
Solicitor, ask your report, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. I took a look at the EHD liability policies. It seems everything is the same policies that you had last year, minus the extra that you had for the railroad crossings and the sewage project on Cleveland Cliff. EHD is here so they can talk about it a little better than I can. The perennial multimodal resolution, I put that together. Also was responsible for crafting the language for the agenda, which should have added contingent on the city, receiving the match waiver. And then there's the Comcast agreement. Seems the city's getting new equipment. It's a 38-month contract. Everything's ready for council's approval there. Are you getting new equipment here
I
or
believe so.
citywide?
I think it's just here.
Okay. And just a reminder, the LERTA public hearing is scheduled for 6 p.m. on July 9th, which is right before the council's work session in July. That's all I have. Here in City Hall. Yep. That's all I have.
Thank you. Jerry, do you have a treasury report for us?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Mayor, council, and citizens of Menneson, this is my monthly report from the Treasury Department. It's a report for May 2026. Garbage fees revenue, current, May we received $9,125. Year-to-date, $482,065.45. Budget amount, $686,924. Garbage fees delinquent, May we received $6,709.91. This includes $3,408.41 collected by Portnoy, and also $149.66 penalty and interest collected by Portnoy. Year-to-date, delinquent $46,275.03. Year-to-date, amount collected by Portnoy, $6,988.68. Penalty interest collected by Portnoy year-to-date, $195.15. 26 budgeted amount, delinquencies is $75,000. Penalty and interest amount is $2,500. Garbage fees collected for 2027, May we received $20. Year-to-date, $2,799. Budget amount, $5,000. Total for the month of May for garbage, we received in May $16,004.57. Year-to-date, $531,334.63. Budget amount, $769,424. City real estate taxes revenues, current, May we received $347,509.63. Year-to-date, $1,754,749.36. The budget amount for 2026 was $1,487,000. Prior years, city taxes collected by the city. We received nothing in May. Year-to-date, $9,156.04. Budget amount, $10,000. Subtotal of the real estate taxes, May total was $347,509.63. Year-to-date, $1,763,905.40. That concludes that part. Delinquent city taxes. City taxes collected by Westmoreland County, delinquency, we received nothing in May. Year-to-date, $48,259.34. Budget amount, $250,000. Tax Claim Bureau quarterly, total year-to-date taxes. For May, year-to-date, we received $1,812,164.74. Budget amount for 2026, $1,747,000. City tax, real estate taxes distribution as of May 31st, 2026. General fund year-to-date received $1,227,150.99. Budget amount, $1,034,505.90. Debt service year-to-date, $333,025.34. Budget amount, $280,745.60. Library year-to-date, $35,630.91. Budget amount, $30,037.40. Parks year-to-date, $168,098.16. Budget amount $141,711.10. Year-to-date collections, distributions was $1,763,905.40. Budget amount for 2026, $1,487,000. Miscellaneous income, real estate transfer tax, mayor received $5,801.20. Year-to-date, $43,421.07. Budget amount $70,000. Earned income tax, mayor received $86,937.44. Year-to-date, $332,894.23. Budget amount $700,000. Mercantile tax, mayor received $1,272.36. Year-to-date, $11,894.72. Budget amount $21,000. Local service tax, mayor received $13,665.16. Year-to-date, $34,253.51. Budget amount $70,000. Tax certifications, mayor received $2,980. Year-to-date, $9,720. Budget amount $20,000. Municipal lien letters, mayor received $1,275. Year-to-date, $5,625. Budget amount $12,000. Line usage account, unsecured payments, mayor received $599. Year-to-date, $8,425. Line usage fees, mayor received $64,007.90. Year-to-date, $369,779.39. Total year-to-date for line usage account, we received $378,204.39. Mayor, that concludes my report for the month of May, 2026.
Do we have a motion to accept?
Mayor, motion to accept the treasurer's report for garbage fees and city real estate tax collected for the month of May's report.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner,
Yes.
Councilman Nestor,
Aye.
Councilman Bass,
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski,
Yes.
Mayor Moser.
Yes. John, City Controller, do you have a report for us?
I do. Honorable Mayor and Council, the Controller's Report for May 2026. General Fund CFS Bank Checking Account. Bank reconciliations as of May 31st, 2026. Ending balance as of April 30th, 2026, $1,586,916.73. Deposits, $526,245.71. Expenses, $944,966.26. Ending balance of May 31st, 2026, $1,168,196.18. Outstanding checks, $62,040.01, and outstanding deposits of $15,377.17. The reconciled balance to bank statement is $1,121,533.34. That concludes my report.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite representatives of EHD to come forward and talk a little bit about their insurance program that they've done for the City of Menneson.
Thank you, Council, for having us this evening, Mayor, Mike as well. Introductions, I'm Bryce Wilson. I'm a partner with EHD Insurance and our regional practice leader in the public entity space. Gentleman passing out some of the details regarding the renewals. Ron Richwalls works day to day with the city, with the mayor, with the city administrator. We do a lot of work with Mr. Delfonso here as well. But yeah, as we kind of alluded to earlier, we are coming up on our renewal here for July 1st. We're happy to present a decrease in overall premiums this year. Just to give you a little bit of background of where this program has been, but up until this current policy period, the city was insured with Selective Insurance Company. Due to a couple of underwriting parameters, they were no longer going to be offering insurance to the city. So last year, us, with the help of the city, it was our job to market the city's insurance program to a number of insurance carriers. We came back with a few different offers, and Travelers Insurance happened to be the best at the time. They also helped us through the year as we worked on the Cleveland Cliffs project, increasing umbrella limits, railroad liability policies, and a pollution policy. So you'll see some of those notes made in this top portion, but our expiring premium from the 25-26 policy year was $289,000, and that is for everything under the sun, from your equipment, your property, the workers' compensation, the public officials, the law enforcement, the entire commercial insurance program of the city. Down to this year, we're at $266,168. So not only did we, see a decrease from a reduction in coverage for the projects we no longer have going on, but we negotiated a rate decrease as well for the city due to positive claims performance. So at that point, I will tell you guys, we sat down with both the mayor and the city administrator back in the month of March, and this is typically our process. About 3 to 4 months before the renewal, we'll sit down and comb through the policy with a fine-tooth comb, make sure that nothing's missing, and from there we will take that data and proceed to work with the carriers on a renewal. As to what we do beyond that, I will turn this over to Ron and let him speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, so I want the testament to both our side with the risk control development and you guys going along with this process. If you look down at the bottom, experience mod 1.98 last year, down to a 0.918 this year, so a 16% decrease. That is a testament to you guys being safer. People aren't getting hurt as much, your claims are down, and with the help of our claims advocate, Susan Hummelbaugh, getting these closed out as quick as we can and at the right time frame so we can continue to get back to work. For the most part, everything did look good. I know Mayor Moser, I know that we discussed the asphalt zipper. That is correctly in here, and then we just need a updated list of police vehicles moving forward, and we should be good to go with the rest of this program.
So we're happy to take any other questions from you guys regarding the insurance program and this renewal. I do want to point out to Ron's point, people always wonder what we do as insurance broker, and it does go a lot further beyond just placing the insurance every year. So just to kind of reiterate what Ron said, we dedicate a certified safety specialist risk consultant to the city, who I believe was out here just about quarterly this past year, as well as 2, we call them claims advocates, but they're 2 individuals who are specialized in either workers' comp or property and casualty insurance, to basically advocate on the city's behalf, because believe it or not, insurance companies do not want to pay claims. So sometimes we do need to get involved to make sure that they are responded to properly. So any additional questions, we would be happy to. Yes, Ms. Cosner.
Yeah, I have a question. We occasionally have activities that go on in our parks, and we ask for community volunteers. Say something would happen to that volunteer while they were there helping us. Are they covered for any
Yes,
damages?
they would be. They would be covered. Yep.
Thank you.
I know Mayor Moser as well had brought up some events that could be going on through the city throughout the upcoming policy period. We will work with the city to get event-specific coverages in those situations. They're usually $200 to $300 a piece, just to make sure that we're covered for fireworks or whatever amusement we or entertainment are providing. So, any additional questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
So I'm gonna read the first motion here because there's a change in it. Motion to accept the insurance coverage and binder of the Travelers Insurance Company as recommended by EHD Insurance for the city of Menneson for the period of July 1st to 26 to July 1st, 2027, with a minus 8% decrease in coverage cost for fiscal year 26-27.
You wanna put the cost,
The cost of,
the premium, $266,168.
$266,000.
$168.
Okay. Got my reading glasses. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner,
Yes.
Councilman Nestor,
Aye.
Councilman Bass,
Yes.
Councilman Chakowski,
Yes.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes. I have a proclamation I'd like to read. This proclamation is honoring Jack Bernstein. Whereas the city of Menneson has been shaped by generations of public servants who gave their time, judgment, leadership to protect the welfare of the community, and whereas Jack Bernstein served the city of Menneson as a member of city council during an important period in city's history, including service in accounts and finance, streets and public improvements, and acting as a president and acting mayor when called upon, and whereas the official record of the city shows that Mr. Bernstein was not merely a passive member of council, but an active and diligent public servant who worked on matters involving budgets, pensions, employee negotiations, public safety, infrastructure, sanitation, blight enforcement, and the protection of the city tax base. And whereas Mr. Bernstein demonstrated fiscal responsibility through his work on city budgets, pension oversight, purchase order control, tax anticipation financing, and careful review of expenditures at a time when sound financial judgment was essential to municipal government, and whereas he supported important public safety and operational needs, including police communications, equipment purchases, worker protection issues, hazardous property concerns, and the enforcement of the procedures designed to protect both the public and city employees, and where Mr. Bernstein showed practical leadership in addressing neighborhoods and infrastructure concerns, including street reconstruction and sewer problems, public works operations and purchasing right-of-way matters, and dangerous and dictatorial properties. And where his record reflects a constant commitment to legal procedure, accountability, cooperation among members of government, and careful attention to the responsibilities entrusted to him by the citizens of Menneson. And whereas the city of Menneson recognizes that public service is often measured not by one single act, but by years of steady, responsible, and faithful attention to everyday work of local government. Now, therefore, I, Ron Moser, Mayor of the City of Menneson and Director of Public Affairs, do hereby recognize and honor Jack Bernstein for his dedicated service to the City of Menneson, his commitment to fiscal responsibility, public safety, infrastructure, and accountable government, and his lasting contribution to the civic life of our community. In witness thereof, I hereunto set my hand to cause the seal of the City of Menneson to be affixed this 25th day of June 2026. Ron Moser, Mayor of the City of Menneson. For those that didn't know Jack, he passed away last week. I spent many hours this week going through meeting minutes from 1970 to 1980. And you have to understand, in 1970, the population was approximately 15,000 people. By 1980, when he left office, it had decreased to about 11,000. So he saw the decline in population firsthand when it started losing it. He took immediate action. He, at the time, the world was very different. Council was responsible for setting tax assessment and tax appeals. He took at the time, Wheeling, to task to make sure that they paid their taxes. He was a very honorable man, and I think he did a lot to protect the city the best he could. from what we're seeing today. Do you want to read the remainder of my motions?
Sure. Motion to accept resignation of employee 414 from the City of Menneson Police Department effective immediately.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor motion.
Yes.
Motion to approve 3D refuse collection proposal for the 2026-2027 calendar year at a cost savings of $9,930.84 in the first year of the new service application.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll. Any questions?
Now, this is gonna save time as of what?
Pardon me?
This is gonna save time for what?
For the filing of the municipal waste tax billing matters.
Garbage bills.
Refuse.
So are we going to add this into next year's garbage fees?
We can. It's actually a decrease by almost $10,000 from what we paid in the previous years.
Okay.
And you had asked, Councilman, for a breakdown with both Unicorp and the 3D, so that is in the formulation that you have in that packet, and how they reached their idea of the cost savings and then the future cost savings.
So, Jerry, do you have any thoughts or anything, being it comes out of your department?
Yeah, the Treasury Department looked over the, proposal between Multilink and 3D billing, and we found, the following findings. We are in favor of the change. The cost savings the first year is approximately $9,930. Future cost savings after the first year is approximately $11,880. The new system is very user-friendly for the customer portal to pay online. And the cost to the city will be $750 a year for 3D billing. A couple of things we looked at was the comparison of what Multilink has, MuniLink has, a 3D billing. One of the items that we looked at was the e-billings. Multilink has, we do not have that, but we only have 90 people that will get paper statements. The other one we found, customer portal, we have approximately 200 people that will get a paper bill. Also, the other thing was the meter reading, the shut-off notices, and service orders. We do not do any of those items now. Other than that, we comply with everything, and we think this is going to be a good idea.
Thanks, Jerry, just wanted your opinion.
Call the roll, please.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor motion.
Yes.
Motion to appoint Joanne Roan to the City of Menneson Redevelopment Authority effective immediately.
Is there a second?
Yes. Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor motion.
Yes.
Motion to approve resolution number of 2026 authorizing the City of Menneson to apply for a multi-modal transportation grant in the amount of $3 million to be utilized for the Parenti Boulevard Road to Trail Conversion Project, and to authorize RVE Engineering to proceed with the application at no cost to the City of Menneson.
Is there a second?
Second.
I'd like to make a couple comments about this real quick. First off, I presented a picture of one particular view. That does not mean that has to be what it is. This project still has yet to be designed. There are lots of things that may or may not take place, but it's all up to the city to understand what they want for this. Just as we have a playground as an example. You get a grant for playground equipment and they say, oh, you gotta have a handicap ramp to it. It's not that the handicap ramp detracts from the playground equipment. You're gonna get the playground equipment because you complied with the terms of the grant, and therefore you got a handicap ramp with it. This is part of the same problem that goes along with the multimodal project. It may have some features that you don't necessarily agree to, but just like the handicap ramp, it takes care of paving Parente Boulevard. And without this grant, I know of no way to take care of Parente Boulevard. It's just not likely, and we've already had several people on Parente that have damaged cars and wheels and so forth and complained to the city about that. This is just an opportunity for us to take care of one of the many problems we have in Menneson. It just so happens that it includes some multimodal things, and those multimodal things can be expressed different ways in the thing. As long as we're willing to participate in the design of this project, then we can have a project that we like. Maybe it has grass, maybe it doesn't have grass. Maybe it has a bike path, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you close the bike path during the winter. There's lots of options that we have available to us. But to say that we have another option for paving Parente is just, they just don't exist. And that's the whole basis of this grant. With that, call the roll.
Nope, we have comment.
Oh, comment. Oh, that was my comment.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, no.
Okay, go ahead.
No.
Okay.
I got a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, going to the first part that you mentioned about that it can be tailored, I think if you're going to tailor something, you tailor it and decide on a price before you put a motion that says you want to approve $3 million. This isn't a blank check where you have a gross wide amount that you can mess with. This should be specific. I'm sure because of some of the things that we've looked about in here, there's a lot of questions. I mean, my first is, and I wish we don't have the paper in front of us that broke it down from RV, is it RVI?
RVE.
RVE, I keep thinking of an RV when I say that. But we don't have that breakdown. I wish I had that paper for us to look over again, because like I mentioned last meeting, there was $400,000 in park benches.
But that doesn't have to be that way.
But then take them out and trim it down.
Well, but you may decide you want something else in its place. This is just setting a limit to what it can be. It doesn't mean you have to spend it all or even apply for it, but we have to get something going to start the process.
The other question is, after the fact, all right, you're saying that takes care of Parente. Okay, that's gonna bring new challenges in plowing in the wintertime. What's gonna be maintained? Our street guys are slim right now. We're adding more green space.
We're not, we don't have to though.
But that's not what this says. This layout from RVE says grass, bushes.
No, that was
trees.
That was a AI generated image of one particular vision.
No, not the paper that has the $3 million breakdown.
Let's talk about the
Well,
spreadsheet.
and we can change those things too.
Well, I'd rather see them changed and look at something more realistic than look for a pie in the sky and then say, oh, you got the $3 million, and then we all look at it, and now you're gonna put everything into it, and then we got a nightmare down the road. Who's gonna trim all this stuff? Who's gonna clean all this stuff? How's gonna maintain all this stuff? There's just too many questions that just putting a number out there and saying, we're gonna shoot for this number and worry about it later is not an answer for me.
Okay. Well, I would like to point out that first off, this is the last year that they will do it with no match. They've already stated that in their information.
But that's
So, let me finish. The second thing is, I've been talking about this project for several months, or in fact, a better part of a year, and the due date is July the 1st, so we have to either decide we're gonna do something, or we're not gonna do anything.
From what I understood that when talking to Joey, this is something that we have to approve first before we can sit down with engineering to come up with a concept, because my biggest concern
Right.
is the sewage that we just placed on Parente. How is that gonna affect it? How's it gonna affect the overflow and consumption of our pipes that we just placed? And then have to go down the line in the future to maybe change it, fix it around, and fix that infrastructure.
You know, all these different things become design issues, and design issues are things that have yet to be finalized.
So is this something we can approve and go back and pull out if we have to? If we're not excited with the rendering,
You can always
the
refuse to
engineering?
accept the grant.
And is this 100% not costing us a matching or anything to REV or?
That's what the motion is, at no cost to the city of Menneson.
But the motion states there's no cost from RVE. There's no, according to the original proposal, there was a 30% cost from the state that the city has to put in, and I wanna see a change in that before I even think of it.
Two things. There's no cost for the city for RV preparing the grant application.
Correct.
If the grant's awarded, RV is going to be doing the engineering work, which would be paid from the grant proceeds. That's part of their estimate that they're putting together to submit to the state. This motion, and I understand you don't wanna pay the 30% match, which would be, what, $900,000?
$900,000.
So this motion, there needs to likely be changed in that case to say contingent on the city receiving the match waiver.
Okay?
Exactly.
We can do that.
You know what, now that I agree with, because that was one of my questions, the cost, is this no cost or there's some cost? Then another concern I haven't talked to a lot of people about this, how do the citizens feel about us making that 2 lanes instead of 4 lanes? Has anybody talked?
I've got mixed answers. Some don't want to see it changed at all. Some are thrilled because it's, supposedly gonna be free, why not? Why turn it down? So, it's mixed, but mainly surprisingly after sitting down talking to them and telling them the concerns like I have about sewage, they seem more willing to go for it.
And what side does this need to be on? Is it gonna be on the left side if you're coming up Perenni? And we're
If I was to do it, I would shift it, because all your sewage is on the right. So
Yeah.
if you shifted it to the left, 2 lanes on the left, all you have is one 16-inch water line to the far left, and it's new plastic. You wouldn't have any problem with that for years to come.
Where's that 72-inch stormwater? Is it off the road?
It's, one's off the road and one's into that new lane. So if you shifted everything towards the city garage, 2 lanes,
All these kinds of issues can be laid out in the engineering plan when it's actually prepared.
Yeah, but I think that's
going
putting the
forward.
cart after the horse. I don't like that at all.
You can either invest all your engineering money and so forth and then apply for the grant, or you can do it this way. And this is the way that.
But what Heppel just said, the road would be on the side of your,
you either take the 2 middle lanes or shift it all the way to the left. So if you just shifted it over 1 lane, you're out of all the sewage problems.
right, but does that mean there has to be a split, so out of the maintenance shed, you could go right, or you'd have to go across to go left?
I think if you put everything in the middle,
But
I think you'd be fine.
that's not what your proposal was. Your proposal was, it's all on the left, and then on the right is a walking and everything else. You
Well,
can't do that.
This was going downhill, not uphill, so it was all on the left anyway.
So splitting it and putting it on one side,
You don't have to split it either.
well, if you put it on the one right side where the building's at, then you're saying everything on the left over would be vegetation, bike thing, walking.
Place for a new, what do you call it, Heritage Festival?
Yeah.
That's where the Heritage Festival used to be.
It used to be on that side,
They
yeah.
money to upgrade the electric for Heritage Festival. It's a great idea. I would have to say, I wish I could find a $3 million grant with no match for the fire. I think another thing is they'll slow cars down. They won't do 60 now, they'll only do 35, but it's 2 lanes. They do slide on Perenni pretty good. They used to be a gravel road.
2 lanes. I just had a thought about all of this. And my concern is, because I walk around, I look at a lot of the wonderful projects that people put in Menneson decades ago. when we had money and when we had people. And I look and think of all the things that need maintenance, not because we don't have good workers or anything, because like Bishop and I said, all it takes is like lots of money. What's gonna happen to some of this when we're all dead and gone and we have future generations that have to repair the bike track? Or if there's, you're saying we don't have to put in like pretty flowers and stuff like that, because a lot of the planters around town, we don't have people to maintain those. We don't have them now. So we plant them, who's gonna take care of them? And that's just my concern. I'd rather, my whole philosophy in life is maintain what you have first. And how do we do that with this, that we have a very basic system that anybody can take care of, that will have money to take care of, or
Well, I think it's
be
an
able to.
opportunity that we could actually explore things, perhaps artificial turf, perhaps artificial flowers to be done, or gravel, or rock, or any one of a number of things. We have an opportunity to look at those types of issues. But to your point of what we're gonna do to maintain it, what are we gonna do to maintain Parenti if we don't do this?
I would just suggest that we vote yes, and then if there's something we don't like, again, we can just pull out.
And will we have the opportunity to be actually a part of this before the final plan is
Yes.
made? Like, before it's made, rather than after
yeah.
asking for a vote on something that we had no part in? That's what
I-
concerns me, and
I agree
I
with
don't
you.
like that.
Okay, all right.
Well, then I think we need to be more robust.
I hope that will happen. On the surface, it sounds good, and it sure beats the department patching roads, cause that is labor intensive. I'm just sorta torn on this. Now, you convinced me that there's no cost to the city.
No.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
We don't know
If
that.
there is,
Bro.
then we're not gonna do it. That's quite simply, the motion does not allow for any cost.
Well, what was the change that Joey just suggested we put on here?
Contingent on.
Receiving the match,
No match
the
agreement.
waiver of the match.
Waiver of the match.
Okay.
So that means if we don't get the waiver, the project's done?
It's done.
If the state wants a penny, it doesn't happen.
No cost is no cost.
Well,
I mean, maintaining this is gonna be a pain. Well, nobody wants to give us anything. Let's get that clear for everybody. Nobody's giving us anything yet.
This is an opportunity to apply for this $3 million, that's all it is. We don't know that we'll get the money, but we can sure make a good run at it.
In the past, because you have been talking about this for a while, in the past, I remember you saying, by accepting this grant, that there would be future opportunities. Did I hear that correct? Or no?
Typically, you start turning down grants, you're gonna have people quit offering them to you. If you show that you're moving the city forward, people wanna be a part of that moving forward, and they're gonna offer more grants for you, typically. Now, I'm not saying that's always the case, but makes sense.
I'm ready, Mayor, if you are.
Call the roll.
boy, I need to say one more thing, that I feel strongly both ways. And I'm taking you all's word on the no cost. I'm taking your word
It's
that.
not our word, it's the motion, it's council's action.
Okay.
We do not, this will not give anybody power to spend any money whatsoever on this project.
Yeah, so even how grants work, you're not paying the state for 30% of this match. You would be paying a contractor or contractors that 30% portion.
So what?
Call the roll.
Need a revised motion.
You gotta revise the motion before we do
Yeah.
anything.
Right.
Motion to approve resolution number to be determined of 2026, authorizing the city of Menneson to apply for a multimodal transportation grant in the amount of $3 million to be utilized on Parenti Boulevard Road to Trail Conversion Project, and to authorize RVE Engineering to proceed with the application at no cost to the city of Menneson. Also,
This is the part.
Contingent on-
contingent on no match agreement with the, Contingent on no match agreement.
Contingent on the city receiving a waiver of the match requirement.
Okay. Okay. Okay, call the roll, let's see where it loads.
Councilperson Cosner,
Yes.
Councilman Nestor.
Aye.
Councilman Bath,
This is my first baptism here on this vote. I'm gonna say yes.
Councilman Orchakowski,
I just really have a problem with this. Well, doesn't matter anyways, but yes.
Mayor Moser.
Yes, thank you.
Don't let me say I told you so.
What?
Just do not let me say that.
Motion to accept updated contract for services with Comcast, which will provide a net 30 billing period and a 15-day grace period, a $250 credit for all past late fees prior to the acceptance of the new plan, consolidation of all bills out of City of Monessen, general account, $50 per month cheaper than all past plans, 38-month price lock with no increase in billing for this period, and updated cybersecurity measures in addition to the traditional connectivity upgrades.
Is there a second?
Second.
Let's talk about this real quick. This is Comcast getting us on the hook for another 3 years, 3 years and 2 months. We really don't have any options in any event. But secondly, it's gonna be less expensive, better speeds, and newer equipment that should be better protection against cyber crimes. So, that said, anybody else have any comments?
Comcast is our internet provider, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
So what does this, where does PA Connect come in with this?
They are the IT side of this. They're the ones that provide the routers.
Which is the security on the
Well,
firewall.
yeah, there's some additional security that they do, yes.
So they're doing the firewall.
They're the primary firewall, yes.
So why isn't Comcast doing the firewall? I'm not against this, I'm just asking a question.
Well, we
It should come in at the firewall.
We actually did talk to Comcast for IT support, including firewall and so forth. Their prices were through the roof, as you recall.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Anything else? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner,
Yes.
Councilman Nestor.
Aye.
Councilman Bath,
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski,
Yes.
Mayor Moser.
Yes. This time I'd like to turn it over to Councilman Orchakowski.
Thank you, Mayor. Make a motion to pay the following invoices from the general fund in the amount of $71,257.14.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions?
Questions. Does this include the light bill that we've been paying that hasn't been fixed on our streets?
I believe it does. Wait, that comes out of,
It comes out of the general fund, right?
No, that comes out of Parks.
Parks, I believe.
It may come out of Parks, depending on which one, depends on which headlight.
None of the lights have been fixed yet on Ostraver, Third, and it's getting worse and worse, and nothing has been done. And I refuse to pay a bill where they have not been out here replacing lights.
Okay, let's not pay it and see if they leave the lights on in the building.
We'll go back to lamps.
No, I did send an email to Randy Durr, and he did send back a list of what he did fix, and said he was still working on others.
Third Street, Rostraver, Divide Off, parts of Summit, dark. Just dark.
I will complain
And
again.
it's now becoming more of a safety problem.
I will, complain again. I'll copy everybody on council and we'll see what we can do.
That's all my questions, Mayor.
Anybody else? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner,
Yes.
Councilman Nestor,
Aye.
Councilman Bath,
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski.
Yes.
Mayor Moser.
Yes.
Motion to pay the following invoices from the grant account in the amount of $7,044.60.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to pay the following invoices from the Parks Fund, the amount of $1,400.75.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call the roll.
Councilperson
For questions, call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to pay the following invoices from the Recreation Board Fund, an amount of $38.13.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to pay the following invoices from the Liquid Fuels Fund, $11,844.37.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to pay the following invoices from the Line Usage Fund, an amount of $3,825.
Is there a second?
Second.
Questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to pay the following invoices from the Refuge Fund, in the amount of $236.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to approve the transfer of $79,165.77 from the general fund to the payroll.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to transfer $100,000 from the general fund to CFS Bank for payment on the TAN note.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bass?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Okay, Mayor, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Bishop Bass, would you have anything for us?
Yes, sir. I want to say that the people are working real hard in the city. As you know, that it would be nice if they had some more people to help, but they're working hard for the people they do have. So they picked up for the month of May their garbage, excuse me, that was downtown. They cut the city lots, and they planted flowers for Memorial Day. They did a lot of coal patching, and of course they used a zipper. And I have to speak to the evergreen. It's better than what it was before, so they did a good job on that. They cut fallen trees from the storms, and they trimmed a lot of bushes downtown. And they also helped the park department as needed. But I also want to say that I decided to go up and walk one of the alleys between Reed Avenue and McKee Avenue. I asked Karen Cosner to come with me. And so our first stop was at Jules' house. And I only mention her because she's come here and spelled out the problem she was facing. So I want to thank you, Jules, for taking us, and you showed us a lot. We even saw an abandoned car that's been there. But what I want to point out, the streets I know need done. I know money's a problem. And so people will say, why are we fooling with the alleys when the streets are so bad? Well, I'm trying to get the scope of the whole problem. So we walked that alley, and there was so much overgrowth. There was so much garbage. The garages were full of junk that it would take some mechanized equipment to clean those garages out. And some of the alley was just impassable. And what gentleman caught my attention, ladies and gentlemen, is that Joel had to go through all this to get into her garage, and so that's why I felt sympathetic for her. So at some point, and hopefully I can make a difference and help too. But I want to say, Joel, you've got to have, I haven't been to all the houses in Menneson, but you've got to have the best house I've seen. And that needs to be in a magazine. If you get a chance, I'm not inviting all of you to her house, But if you get a chance and you go inside, Karen will testify that, you'll see,
I've been depressed ever since.
yes. And so I could understand the concern, that she has with all the things around her. And so, somehow, we gotta figure this out so we can do better. The houses next, that one house is actually, the houses are in bad shape, but the one right next to her need to be torn down yesterday.
So it's a diamond in the rough, we need to get her out of that rough.
Right.
Now, have we tried the zapper on the alleys yet? We'll at least test the zapper on the...
That's a brick, it won't work.
Oh, it's all brick,
Right, yeah, it won't work on it.
What about the millage we have?
The problem is the millage would just slide off the brick.
Slide off the bricks.
Okay, that's, I
I
guess glad I would,
figure out some more.
I know that I haven't said anything there that was new, but I just wanted to inform you. And I was so impressed with the work she's done with her house, with everything that was around her. I commend you for that. That, Mr. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you. John, your turn.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, members of council, administrative staff, citizens of Menneson. Here are the following reports that I have for the Public Safety Department. Police Department receipts for the month of May 2026. Parking fines and forfeitures, $225. And that's it for that part. Miscellaneous collections is the following. Copies of police accident reports, $345 for a total of $345. Court receipts for the District Justice Office is the following. Vehicle code fines collected, $761.79. Crime code fines collected, $220.34. City ordinance collected, $154.94 for a total of $1,133.07. For the total receipts for May 2026 is $1,723.07. Current citations for the month of May, 78, year-to-date 255. My next report will be the code activity. Habitation permits 5, habitation re-inspections 2, correction letters 38, animal complaints, vermin 1, miscellaneous complaints 5, health inspection 6, hearings 1, building permits 5, zoning permits 3. And unfortunately, I do not have my other reports at this time. They got a little misplaced, so I apologize. I also want to thank the City of Menneson's Police Department and both firehouses for yesterday's event at the high school. That was an amazing turnout. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend this year, but the photos and videos and the cleanup I even got to see from the custodians. It was a good
You did an excellent
turnout.
job.
So thank you, chiefs, and thank you. Yield the floor, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilperson Cosner, would you like to give us your report?
This is the Parks Department report for May 2026. Cut city parks, cut the ball fields for games, cut and clean pavilions for rentals, got all the parks and memorials ready for the holiday weekend, changed lights in the police station, fixed Columbus Park ball field lights with the help of the mayor. He did a great job, so thank you. We're gonna add it to his salary. Yes, there you go. And help the street department is needed. So that's my report for May. And I also wanted to extend my thanks to the chief for yesterday, because I commented on, to the person in charge, and I said, this was really a great event. She said, oh, we couldn't have done it without Chief Uhas. He just takes the ball and runs with it, and he did a great job. So I do appreciate that. Woo! And it is recognized by people. And I also want to recognize one of the Parks and Streets Department workers. Whenever the insurance person came around and we toured the different parks, he pointed out that the seesaw at Madison Park had a piece missing on top of it. So I got the name of the equipment. I called the company, and they told me it would cost $750 to repair this top to the middle of the seesaw. So I said to Rodney, can anybody fix it? He says, well, Dustin's a welder and he can fix it. So he showed me a picture the other day, and I said, how did you do this? And he said, well, I got an old, top of a washing machine, and I bent it, and I welded it together, and he fixed the problem for us. So he saved the city approximately $750. So
Good job.
thank Dustin for me. It is appreciated. And I would just like to say, if any of you out there, you see something special that one of our workers did above and beyond, please let us know so we can thank them for it, because I do appreciate it. Okay. And not that y'all don't do a great job every day, but I was really impressed with that. I know, but it was still a really neat thing, and I appreciated that. And I also want to just reiterate that the walking track has cracks in it, it has never been sealed, and it needs repaired. A month or so ago, there was an article in the paper about it, and so far I've gotten 3 phone calls from people who said, I will donate to you. I need about $750 to fix the cracks that are there and to seal the top of the track. So if anybody out there has some extra money, or somebody in your family passed away and you want to do a memorial for them, I think that we can take that money and note it to be used for the repair of the city walking track, can't we?
I would think so.
I would hope so. So I just want to let you know that people have responded to that. And I'd like to make a motion to approve the Mon Valley Trainers Club to install and maintain a public bike repair station at the Herman Mahalich Boat Launch.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Cosner?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Bath?
Yes.
Councilman Chakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Moser?
Yes.
Okay, and I'd also want to make an announcement and remind everybody about the upcoming Billy Price Broom Concert, which was held on Saturday, June 27th, from 5 to 8 p.m., which is coming up. And also another thing, this past Saturday, there was a cornhole tournament at the Mahalich Park, sponsored by our police department. There was a nice turnout. I stayed and watched the event, which I had no clue about. I didn't realize that cornhole was such a big thing, but I want to thank you again for taking the time out of everybody's weekend and having that for us. That's all I have. Thank you.
There's one thing I'd like to bring up that I meant to put on the agenda, and that is, we really have a lot of lights out at the library. We
Yes.
have some plumbing problems, we have some lights out. It's my recommendation that we get somebody to put together a quote for what it's gonna take to get this fixed and get it before council so that we can evaluate it and determine if we can do anything.
Yeah, Mayor, before we go to, I think, Tony wanted to address Karen about the park situation at the walking track.
Parks has $240,000 in its budget.
Okay, I noticed that.
You
So,
sit and get fixed.
does this mean that I can get the door fixed at Columbus Park for the restroom?
I'd say
Which I would
yes.
like to do.
I would say yes.
Okay, now I have another question. I have asked 3 contractors to give me a quote to get that fixed. 1 got back to me with an actual estimate. So how do I move forward if nobody gets back to me and I want that fixed?
Just note that you called 3, that's good enough. If 1 gets back, so be it.
Okay.
How much was the
I
quote
guess he
for?
answered my question.
I think it was for about $3,400 because they replaced the door, the frame is rusted, and I know Rodney told me that at the end of the season, he pulls it shut and he locks it, but it's still an open door to a facility, and who knows what goes on in that. I think we need to be able to lock it every day.
And there appears to be some liability, the fact that we're talking about it, if something bad would happen there, that could end up costing us.
All right, I'll get that taken care of the next time I'm here. Thank you.
Put in a requisition. Anybody else have anything they'd like to bring forth?
No, Mayor.
Well, hearing nothing, I'd like to open the floor for public comment directed to myself on any item related to business, ordinances, statutes, resolutions, or daily work product in attention of the city of Menneson. Still want to ride home, right? Remember that.
I'm directing this to Tony. Now, Tony, we went and spent $216,000 for that zapper. Is that the condition of Evergreen? That's the way it's gonna look like?
Well, Evergreen, from what I understand, still needs, it was compacted, but it wasn't compacted by a 100 ton or 10 ton?
10 ton.
10 tons, I said 100 tons, 10-ton roller, and then now we could bid out an asphalt company to put asphalt down.
Well, like I brought it up last time, I know companies, they do the whole 9 yards. They break it up and they compact it, so, you're
We're
doing
gonna
one
cut-
part of it.
We're cutting maybe a third off of that cost, that we're doing.
I don't know, but you had how many manpower? You guys were doing it for 2 weeks up there to lay it out. You don't count that? Is that free?
Their manpower is gonna be the same if they're cutting grass.
No,
and
not
they're
if a
doing-
company does it, A, B, C, they do it all.
That's not what you just said. Our guys were up there doing it. They're
Yeah.
doing and cutting the cost of a part of it, that we don't have to get a contractor to come in and do it from there. So there's cost savings there. It's the reason we went for it.
Okay, and then you can't use it for other, streets. So
Well, you
like the
can't use it for
Bishop Drive,
concrete. You can't use it for
or
concrete.
bricks. So what am I gonna use it on?
Oh, I'm sure there's tons of people who would stand in line and say, my street in front that has asphalt has potholes and being patched, please put me in line for it. I'm sure that could be you could hire 10 people and have that thing run every 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you'd still never get it.
Okay, so we got Evergreen there. When's that gonna get done? Probably September, right? Because
Okay,
we're
first of all, you
bidding
may
it
wanna
all.
direct that to Reverend Bass, because I'm finance. So,
Well,
I
you're
don't
the
wanna-
one who
I
bought
don't
the
wanna
machine.
school on him.
You
He-
bought the
he-
machine.
Hey, that's okay, you can spill on me, I'm okay with that.
But, going back to, Reverend Bass, if you need money, like that lady's, thing, you guys gotta start enforcing laws here. This happened last Monday, and I took a picture of it. Oil slick that goes into the city's, what do you call it? Streets, okay? They should be fined, take the fine, and then you could do what you want to do. But what do? We try to pass ordinances that hit the common people who are working like dogs to pay their bills, and nobody's doing nothing about the big boys. This is the thing here. Yeah, here you can keep it. Somebody should go after it. Always the little people gotta pay, but the big people, all honorable and my lords.
Did that come from Cleveland Cliffs that had a leak?
That's right there. I took a picture of that.
Where'd this come from?
Cleveland Cliffs.
Okay.
They had to clean it up. I don't know. They spent like a day and a half. But if you guys are looking for money,
They sweep it and water it down.
So it's not an oil leak?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You said it was an oil leak.
It looked like oil to me. I wasn't gonna walk there and dip my hand in it.
So what is that?
Every time a vehicle exits the tow plant, they have to spray it down, and that's just mud and water from coming out.
Mud and water. Did you see the streets? Donner and Schoonamaker? There's an oil slick all the way towards,
Not oil.
well, I don't know what it is, but it's dark. You want it in front of your house? Okay, let's go back to these other things now. What is going on with, Donner Avenue project? What's going on with, Community Gate, the gated community? What's going on with, Motherall, with those, going on 2 years, nobody's buying nothing up there. So we get into projects, and then when they go down, we don't talk about it, we just keep talking about new toys and projects to keep spending. So, there has to be some accountability. That's all I know. And if you only got one person calling, you don't sit there and say, I did my job, 3 people. I keep calling. You know how many times I call to get contractors repairs? 5, 6, 7 times until I get the right number. I don't say I did 3 and I stopped. But I guess you're not paying it, the city residents are paying it. But anyway, other than that, I agree with the mayor about the, Parente, but this is my take. You should have 2 lanes, but in the middle of those 2 lanes, have an empty lane. Why? people break down or somebody can't drive, they gotta go around. Otherwise, you're gonna have a big block up there, okay? And then you can put the one block for walking, the other one on the bike on the end. But in the middle, there should be a middle lane to have people who break down or they need to pass for some reason, because, huh? Well, there's not a million, you know how many cars I think
Okay,
going up
go ahead.
Corrente?
Go ahead, finish up.
Okay, so I'm just saying, put a middle lane there for anything that
These are all
happens.
things we can find out what the cost is and how it
Yeah,
works. You
and
bet.
then
Absolutely.
have the walk on one end and the bike lane on the other, that's it.
Okay,
It's my take.
behind you.
Do I have to state my name?
Please.
Brett
address.
LaPresti, 28 Montraver. What is the zipper? Is that the zapper zipper? What's it called?
It's an asphalt zipper. It's a device that that can churn asphalt roads.
Gotcha. Okay,
and
so
turn it
the
into usable
the
space.
cemetery road. Yeah,
Yeah.
milling. The cemetery road. Did we use the zipper on that?
Yes.
Is that we maintain that road or?
Yes,
Oh, we do.
we have in the past.
Okay. All right. Another thing, he brought up something about Motherall. Them houses, none have been sold yet, huh?
Yes, community action.
Okay, nothing to do with us. Sorry. You answered my question. So now, the question I have is, $4,320 to Curdy Wade and Yo-Yo, Mr. Aldridge. What's that for?
That was the emergency snow removal this past winter.
All right, that one day. We
It
had the
was
big
two
snow.
separate-
More.
It was
Yeah,
several.
but the one
That
big
was
snow
all
we
school-
had.
All school bus stops were
Right.
done under that, yeah.
Okay, Yo-Yo isn't he an employee of the city?
Yeah, but I guess the city was out at the time and he's part-time, he takes off times, but he has equipment too.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that like a conflict of interest there?
I wasn't here.
Well, anyway, when I had an interview for that job, the two of you were there, I believe, and you said, 'cause I'm in business, you can't, make sure you don't mix your business with this business. Well, that looks like his business, he's making money off the city, and that's one thing he's preached to me in my interview.
Yep.
So now what? I think it's pretty ignorant. Go ahead.
Here's the checks. I'm not signing them yet until I get some background information of who approved it and why was it approved and at the rate it was approved. And are we getting reimbursed for it?
Oh, another thing is, do you have proof that they have insurance, business insurance for that?
No.
I didn't make the call, so that's the reason
Well,
I'm asking.
I'm just,
Yeah, they did, yes.
all right, well, that should be, a copy of that should be with you guys.
Should
I
have
know
to
I'd
be
give you-
presented.
Yeah, I'd give a copy of mine if you needed it. All right, that's all I have, thanks.
Thanks, Fred. See you around.
John Poprosky, 1440 Meadow. I have two things I'd like to talk about. The first is, I spoke with you on the phone, Mr. Mayor, about the stormwater project on Meadow Avenue. And my question is, will the residents on Meadow, since that's going to be a stormwater line now and not sewage, are we gonna be allowed to tap into that for our stormwater from our property?
How does that work? It's a separation project, it is for stormwater, I guess roof water could go to it.
We'll have to get with the engineer to look at that.
Okay, yeah, 'cause there's a lot of groundwater that comes out there,
What
and
are your
now,
down-
over the years of the road being paved, the road's higher than my driveway. So I get a big pond at the end of my driveway, and then once it reaches road level, it runs across the road because the catch basin is uphill from my driveway. So in the wintertime, there's about a 50-foot sheet of Meadow Avenue that's covered in ice because there's nowhere for the water to go. And I'm wondering if we can tap into that, if it's gonna be stormwater, no longer going into the sewage plant, why can't we tap into that to eliminate that problem?
We can get together with the engineer and figure that out for sure.
I think the issue may be is they're laying new sanitary pipe, so they're not, I don't know if they're necessarily gonna be digging up a lot of that storm, or a lot of the current pipe. we'll have to get with the engineer.
But as I'm saying, when I talked to Mayor, he made it sound as though it's gonna be two separate systems. You're gonna have your sewer line, and you're gonna have stormwater that's no longer going to the treatment plant. So that's what I'm saying, can we tap into the stormwater system and eliminate all that runoff?
What was your name again?
John Poprosky, P-O-P-R-O-S-K-Y,
Your phone number?
412-601-4059.
4059. I will, get together with the engineer and we'll figure out exactly what that is. But understand this, they're not changing the stormwater system, they're changing the sewage system. They're separating the stormwater from the sewage system. The way they're doing that is they're building a whole new system for the sewage, but they're leaving the stormwater system alone. So, there's not any changes on that I'm aware of. Now, as far as you putting stormwater into a stormwater system, just need to make sure that meets our MS4 and all those different issues with the engineer. I don't think it's gonna be a problem, but we need to talk to him anyway, and I will do that.
Okay, when you say they're not changing the stormwater system, they're changing the sewer system. Is there already two separate lines there?
They're gonna put in another line for the sewer system, and they're gonna tie everybody's sewer into this new line.
Okay, so the catch basins that are already on that street are running into the sewer system?
They're running into the what will become the storm drain.
It's a combined system right now, so this is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So the new line is sewage?
Yes.
And the existing is gonna be the stormwater?
Right.
Okay. My second concern is, and I pointed this out to you one day while you were on your walk going down Meadow, the property at 1426 Grand Boulevard. Last year, they cut their grass a total of 3 times all year. 3 times all year. The average grass height was like knee-high or higher, okay? And I brought it to your attention while you were on your walk. You said, yes, we've received several complaints. I believe they're getting a notice. Maybe 4 days later, 5 days later, they cut the grass. Hasn't been cut since. It's now back up to this high, okay? Are they gonna wait until they get notices? Hey, you have 30 days to cut your grass, so it's gonna be 3 times a year they cut their grass? I mean, I remember when I was renting a house in Pennsylvania years ago, I got a citation because my grass was 7 inches tall. They said the city ordinance says 6 inches is as high as your grass can be. And when I went to the magistrate's office for a hearing, the grass around his building was about 10 inches tall, and I pointed that out to him. Are you gonna write yourself a citation because your grass around your building's over 6 inches tall? And the case ended up getting dismissed, but I'm just saying, why do we have to give people so much time to do something as common as cutting their grass?
Some people are just difficult to work with. That's all
I
can
mean, what is,
understand.
like, when you send somebody a notice for that, how much time do they have to cut their grass?
I think if it's a function of the code enforcement officer that issued the notice, they typically give a very few days. If they don't cut it within a few days, they go back and give them a citation.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, that was the problem we noticed walking through that alley, that a lot of the people up there, or some people, did not cut their grass.
Right.
And the grass was real high. So, can we tell the code enforcement officer?
Absolutely.
When we get one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a problem. And it really is. Anybody else have anything?
No, Mayor.
Make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Any of those opposed, say no. Meeting is adjourned at 7:49. Thank you.
I gotta take it out.